All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we are doing, it's definitely a little bit of a recent runner, don't get me wrong, but this is a viewer request looking at Upstart, UPST, as well as XELA. Man, there's a lot to like here, and there's definitely a little bit to just kind of be, cautious about. But nonetheless, this is clearly a fantastic chart, all right? So I'll talk a little bit about the last few days, definitely about today, and then expectations for tomorrow, obviously, right? So before we get into the details, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. This is the first time I'm covering this stock, so I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing all over the internet. Hey, just comment hello for all I care, but anything you can do really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But for real, doing nothing more than just watching this thing is already super, super appreciated, all right? And look, I'm not perfect, I'm not all-knowing. If you got better opinions than me, I would love to hear from them, all right? Before we get going, hey, my wife is in the room, so I'm going to make her say hello to everybody. Say hi, baby.
Hi.
Say hi a little louder to make sure they hear you.
Hello.
Nice, thank you. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Okay, so before I just get into the immediate, what am I going to do? I'm going to zoom out, right? So let's get to know what this stock looks like. And man, I already know what I'm going to say, but oh, interesting on this side. Okay, so it's definitely a stock that when it started off, oh my gosh, this thing ran, my goodness, this thing went from 20 something to 400. Sweet Lord, that was a fantastic 9 months, okay? Clearly, we have now done the complete opposite. And you hear me say it so many times, and I mean, it's an easy one, especially right here. Once you lose not just all-time lows, right? But if you lose an IPO green candle, oh man, like the worst ain't over yet. You know what I mean? And to go down from almost 30 to 18, you've almost lost an extra 50% just from pretty much this line right here, right? But more than anything, what do I care about? Look, there were some really good moments when this thing knew how to stay over the 8 and the 20 and run over them, right? For the most part, since November 2001, we have been well under some key moving averages. The real big one I'm noticing is this 100, all right? So there were a little bit of moment, little bit of moment, little bit of moment. Today was another one of those moments, right? So I'm going to pay some good attention to the 100, and then clearly this 200, I mean, since we've lost it, this is the first test as well, right? So a lot is happening on these two higher moving averages, and yeah, let's just, it's again, you got to know the history of the stock to give you an idea of what it can do, all right? The cool thing actually is, I just actually looked this year on, there have been some really nice sustained runs and then pretty easy sell signals as well, right? So it's not like it's going up, 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 and then real quick you lose it all, right? Even with this one, plenty of room to exit before any like serious money was lost. You know what I mean? So that said, like let's just talk about the immediate now, right? So on this day, what was it? On the 5th, we break the 8 moving average. You know I need more than one day. This is a decent doji, but doji doesn't count. However, I always say the day after the doji should be pretty telling, and that's what this is right there, right? Like that is what that is. And then look, I would have very much preferred a little bit more of a slow and steady through these, but in a lot of ways, it would have been really hard to get through the 3. So shit, just gapping up actually isn't that bad a thing, okay? Clearly 34% is monstrous, right? And yes, we were down here yesterday, we are up here today. That said, you know I hate these green candles, right? Because we actually opened up here at 1960 and then lose a little less than a full dollar and close at basically 19, right? Like 60 cents. That's I don't know what that percentage is. I'm not trying to do that math in my head real quick, but yeah, that kind of sucks actually, right? So that said, let's be real honest, right? This RSI is not a horrible number, all right? There's plenty of room for this thing to go up before I'm worried about oversold. And let me see, what's this one right here? Ooh, interesting. We actually haven't gone that high into the 80s in a long time. Oh, wow. This feels like it's the man. Okay, so I don't know if this one's going to go into the 80s. It's been a really long time since we've even broke 75. I don't even know if I see a 75 on this thing, right? So maybe keep that a little bit in your back pocket. Maybe 80 is not the high number, but Look, if this can get over the 200 moving average, I would for sure be setting an alert at 1969. I'll be honest, I have to like update my alerts. See, I can't put them right now. That's why I'm not doing it right now. But yeah, if this thing can get over the 200 moving average, I actually would be pretty interested because again, 67 ain't too bad theoretically. But again, knowing that 75 might be the highest, I'm a little skeptical. I'll say that much. I'm zooming out just to see where I want to draw some lines. So I see a couple, and let's see where we're at comparatively. So I do want something around there, and that's actually where we're at and pretty much closed that too. So, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. What do you look like? I'll take that. Okay, again, these lines aren't necessarily perfect. We're not really looking for perfect. I promise you, close enough will make you some pretty nasty money, to say the least, okay? That's too far. I need something in between those. I think you. All right, I think that's not too bad as step ups if we can break the 200 moving average. That said, if we can't break the 200, I can see us coming down to this 1869. I can also see us coming down. Oh man, I don't think that'll hold. I think from there, I would almost say we'd be coming. I think that's too far down. I think it's this. I think this looks realistic. I would call 1725. I'll actually draw that. I'm pretty much taking this right here. This right here, and then a couple things happen here and here. But 1740. All right, I think that's... Oh, that's actually give or take what we wick today. You're kidding me. Fuck, do I have to go a little bit lower than that then? Okay, I'm going to make one more, just a little lower, just in case. I'll take 50% candle right there. Okay, and that's pretty much the 100 moving average, actually. So at that point, I think I'm going to delete this one. So if we were to break this, there actually might be a pretty quick run here. I think that's probably worth... No, that's not. That's still... All right, let me at least lower that to there. Because, yeah, that's the bottom of this guy, top of that guy. That'll be something. Okay, I think this is pretty much the movements I would expect. If 200 breaks, we're hoping for up, 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 up. If 200 fails, it's either coming here, here, or basically the 100 moving average, okay? So one more time. It's been since December 2001 since we've been over this purple line. It will not be an easy thing to get over. That said, man, if this thing was just in the positive, oh man, it might be a different story because that's some wild volume, right? And we've actually done it before. All right, let me see if we've actually even gone higher than this. Oh man, we have. We've actually lived in this little range for a bit. So volume actually might be key here. And I'll be honest, I don't know any news here. If you guys can let me know what the news is, that would be much appreciated actually. Spent a little extra time on this, but I'll be honest, we don't have a lot of time to spend on XELA, so don't worry about that. Listen. Bad things happen under the 8 and the 20 moving average. I've been making these videos since like June of last year, pretty much saying that, and I'm going to keep saying it. Bad things happen under the 8 and the 20. Bad things really happen if you can't even get over the 8. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a reason why I say that, and I mean, there's... Be careful. It always looks like it's the worst, and then it's not, because I'm telling you, you don't want... all-time lows is horrible. I know it seems like we're at the bottom. How much lower can it go? Honestly, there are 3 more cents that this thing can lose, all right? And I'm not here implying that it's going to go to 0, but there is always a lower, all right? And yeah, step number 1 is going to be get over the 8 moving average just on the weekly. All right, we're barely struggling to do that somewhat consistently on the daily. You know what I mean? So for me, it's going to take a full good week just for me to start believing this thing might be doing a little better. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, bad things happen under the 8 and 20, and it really is no surprise to me. You know, and we've been down here before, and I made a video on this day, right? Like, that looks good, but I promise you got to wait for confirmation. I don't care if you can get over the 8 on a single day. Right? Like, I don't even know if that got over. It looks like it's pretty much right on it. Like, I got to do a hard zoom. Yeah, it looks like it got over it. Cool. We'll just assume it did. I don't care about you doing it just once. I need you to do it again, confirm up. Otherwise, I'm just assuming you're going to go back down like you're used to, right? So, hey, I appreciate your time. You know that. Thank you.